So Detroit is really warm right now.
Yeah, hot and humid.
Oh my god, that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, what
Pretty
is it?
nice.
What is it in Los Angeles?
Let me check. It is it's kind of dry here. Actually, I forgot that it was summer because you just kind of lose sense of all seasons when you're in Los Angeles.
You do, except everyone on TikTok has been complaining about how cloudy it's been.
Oh, not anymore. It hasn't been cloudy, in a little bit.
Oh, good.
Oh my god, where is my weather? That's under W. Sorry, I just got a Apple Watch and I'm still learning how to use it.
Oh, somebody got an Apple Watch.
Okay, but how do I go to the weather? I pressed the weather thing and it shows me 0%. Oh my god, this is
That's
hard.
probably your humidity.
Okay, so 76 degrees. I figured it out.
Oh, that's still too cold.
Ooh, wait,
Yeah.
wait.
I want it to be hot in the summertime.
Yeah, I love that for you.
Mm-hmm.
When you live in Los Angeles, you just kind of lose a sense of all seasons.
Yeah, to the point where, like, if anything changes, people just, like, make it their entire personality to complain about.
And then Los Angeles has 2 seasons, day and night.
Yeah, it's like 90 degrees here, but like with the humidity, the feels like it's like 94.
That's good for your skin, though.
It is so good for my skin. I'm so happy that I like during this part of the summertime, I don't have to put lotion on. It's just like everything.
Ooh,
is just,
I don't know about all that.
Shut up. Everything's just hydrated and soft. I love it. That's the one thing. If people knew how to take care of, obviously I put on sunscreen and stuff for my face, but like, if people knew how to take care of like their skin in a place like Michigan, like I think you end up in the long run having better skin because you all winter long, you get a break from being in the sunlight. You're still putting on sunscreen, obviously, but like you get a break from like
direct sunlight,
4 months break from like UV rays.
Yeah.
And then like in the summertime, it's just humid and moisturizing. It's just so nice. It's just so nice. People talk about how I like look pretty good for my age. I think it's like it has something to do with the humidity because I've always lived in high humidity.
So you let it get to your head.
Huh?
You let it get to your head. All the compliments.
Girl, I'm monetizing this shit.
And next, give them a little sweaty titty update.
That's what Threads and X is for. Well, less and less X, but that's what Threads is for.
All right. So if you go to John's X or Threads, you can find pictures of his sweaty titties if you're interested. I too could provide pictures of my sweaty titties
on
upon
Instagram.
request.
Oh hell yeah!
For the right price. And
Should
then
we
we
do an
lose all of our
intro?
subscribers
Right.
from this day forward. All right, hi everyone. Welcome to our humble little podcast. I figured my sound issues out, so
She got it together.
We got it together. Yeah, all I had to do was reboot my computer.
God.
Anyways, yes, I'm your host Kimchi.
And I'm Jon Kang.
Woo! Okay, so guess what I did this morning?
What did you do this morning?
Tomatoes are coming back in season.
Oh, coming back. It's June.
Like in my life.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I was like, doesn't like California tomato season start in like March?
I mean, I feel like all year round is
Okay.
abundance of good produce here in California. But anyways, I went to the market and there were these delicious looking tomatoes. So I bought a bunch and I turned them into tomato kimchi.
How do you make tomato kimchi? It's a quick kimchi first, right?
It's a quick kimchi, yeah. So, like I take cherry tomatoes, slice it in half, and then lightly salt it while it's sitting. Chop up onions and green onions into like thin slivers. Then I mix like 3 tablespoons of gochugaru, tablespoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons of like a really pungent fish sauce.
Oh, okay.
Tablespoon of soy sauce, like just like a kiss of a salt, and tablespoon of plum extract. And then it turns into like a paste. And then you basically toss the paste into the tomatoes and the onions. And then they release water, and then it becomes...
So is it like is the tomato super soft?
No.
No?
No.
Because the water comes out, and so it kind of firms
when you cut it in
things
half,
up.
like water comes out regardless of like...
Okay. That's
and
cool. I would
when
like
you
to
salt
try.
it draws out the moisture from them.
So do you have to is it better to choose a tomato that doesn't have a high moisture content?
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, but when I would do it, I want the best experience.
I mean, I guess with the recipe that I did, it would be better if the tomato wasn't like super hard.
Okay.
But it had some moisture content.
Okay. Because there's depending on the tomato that you get, you can get like a Roma tomato, which is like a paste tomato, but then you could get like a beefsteak one, which is like you cut it open and just like tons of water comes out.
Yeah.
Tomato kimchi sounds so good.
Oh, it is delicious. I actually made it for my friend. That's the whole reason I made it today, because I made it last week just as like a side dish. And then when my friend came, I just like served it, and she was like, "This is like the best thing I ever ate." And I'm like, "Really? This is such a simple dish."
What if you made like a tomato kimchi sandwich?
Yeah, do it. That would be good. Yeah. Live your life to the fullest.
Mm-hmm.
Have you made anything interesting this week?
Did I talk about my CSAs?
CSA?
Yeah, I guess not. So it's CSA season, which CSA stands for Community Supported Agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically what you do is you team up with a farm and you give them some money at the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. And then over the course of the growing season, I just get like a box of produce every week full of like vegetables that like I don't really have any control over it. They pick. Mm-hmm. And because it is like early summer or beginning of summer in Michigan, we get lots of like kale and beets. I got garlic scapes this week. Lots of salad greens and potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like trying to figure out what to get. I also got these like gorgeous carrots with a carrot top. So like I was late to recording the podcast today because I was in the middle of making a carrot top and garlic scape pesto that I'm going to eat with roasted beets. It's kind of fun because like it changes over the course of the year. Like in the fall, they'll start giving like pumpkins and squash and like all sorts of other vegetables. But it's just a really good way of like supporting a local farm and like getting vegetables every week to just like play with and cook with and like learn about. It's always a little bit of a challenge though, because I don't really particularly like, I don't mind beets. Like I love a roast beet salad. Like roast beet salad is really, really good to me, but like, it's the greens. I don't like beet greens.
Oh. Can you like cook it down like collard greens or something? Or
yeah, they taste salty. What I've been doing is I've been chopping them up like really, really fine, like really small, the stems into like tiny, tiny little bits. Mm-hmm. And then I've been sauteing them with lime, sugar, fish sauce, and soy sauce, and making kind of like a umami, fishy, pungent thing to like top on rice. And that's been really, really good. But that's all I've really like done with it so far. One of these days I'll make borscht. But
okay, borscht is good.
Borscht is good. If I get beets next week, I'll probably make borscht.
I don't think I've ever had beet greens now that I think about it.
It's not like there's a reason why most regular grocery stores just like give you beets and not the greens itself. They don't really taste all that great. They taste kind of salty.
But it's edible.
It won't poison you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there like a good nutrient content to make it worth it? Like, is it full of fiber?
It tastes like it's really, really good for you.
Oh, okay.
It tastes like it's super healthy. It probably is really super healthy. Like it's not. So you bite into a leafy green, you kind of expect it to taste a little bit sweet, right? Just a tiny bit of that vegetal sweetness. It kind of tastes like the beets were raised on salt water. And they kind of taste like if you eat a beet and it wasn't sweet, but it was everything else that a beet was, that's kind of like what the greens taste like. And that's not very pleasant because beets kind of taste a little dirty. The red ones do anyway.
Yeah.
Golden beets taste like roasted corn, which is delicious, but red beets, I'm figuring it out. I'm trying to figure this out.
Can you make sauerkraut with it?
Oh, actually, you know what? Shredded beets as a salad is very, very good. Because you can do like a shredded beet, but you have to hit it with like a citrusy something. Maybe if I get beets, I'll do next. So you like shredded beets with like an orange vinaigrette dressing.
Mm-hmm.
It's fire. That's very, very nice.
Okay.
But then like the beets that I got this year there's something called candy stripe beets. So if you cut them open, inside it looks like red and white. It looks like a candy cane.
Oh.
But when you cook it, it just turns red.
Have you been peeing red after eating all these beets?
A little bit. Not even a little bit. A lot. You always hit that, like the first time you hit that panic and just like, oh my God, I'm dying. Oh wait, I had a beet salad.
Beets, yeah. Not lately. I saw this hack the other day. It was like a pickling community. I don't know how I ended up there.
Okay.
But people are like, never throw your pickle brine out when you like finish your pickles.
Who's throwing out their pickle brine?
Most people.
What?
Most people, when they finish the jar, they'll like pour it out and throw the jar away.
Okay, then I didn't mean to sound so judgmental, but pickle brine is amazing.
No, it is. But yeah. I mean, most like people, when they buy like a bottle of plastic.
Yeah, it's the reason why people like Chick-fil-A. It's pickle brine chicken.
Yes, yeah. I get it, but not everybody is like a chef like you.
Oh, okay, well. It's also really good if you do shots. Pickle chaser after a shot of whiskey is delicious. It's so good.
But the thing that everybody was like talking about and agreeing on were pickled eggs. They're like, when you finish like a jar of pickles, hard boil some eggs and chill it in ice water.
Yeah.
And then put it all in the pickle jar and leave it alone for 5 days and then eat it.
Yeah, they're really good on Bloody Marys too. I think that some people like pickle it with beets as well so that the eggs come out pink. The pink pickled eggs. Yeah.
And I've seen ones that are pickled with like the butterfly shoots, the pea shoots, so it turns blue.
And then purple when you put it in acid.
Yeah.
Nice.
But pickled eggs I've had pickled eggs before, but this was very, very good.
Yeah.
It's very satisfying. I just like...
Oh, so you tried it?
Yeah, I tried it.
Nice.
Yeah, I just like sliced them and then I just like ate it on its own. Mm-hmm. And normally like hard-boiled eggs, like they're a little harder to eat on their own,
Yeah.
But it didn't need salt. It didn't need anything. It was just like so good on its own.
Could you make it into like a pickled egg salad?
Yeah, for sure. You could also probably make it into like a pickled deviled egg. That would be really good.
Ooh, yeah. Pickled deviled eggs. That sounds really nice. If you were doing a Bloody Mary bar, if you did like pickled quail eggs, that would be so cute.
Oh,
to have like in a drink and stuff.
And you could probably just get like a can of quail egg. It's like really cheap.
Oh, totally.
You could probably just literally toss that in the pickle brine.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, and yeah. That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah. And actually kind of weirdly like the canned quail eggs, because something about like the canning process make the yolk on the inside almost very creamy.
Yes. Yeah. And also quail eggs are such a pain in the ass to deal with anyway.
To individually peel. Those
I used to have to do that for like fancy restaurant things, and I hated them because they're hard to peel too.
Yeah. In Korea, like when you go to like jjimjilbang or like spas, a lot of times they'll give you like bowl of like boiled quail eggs, and they're very good, but it's tedious to like sit there and like individually peel.
Yeah, at that point, just get the canned stuff.
At that point, just eat like a hard boiled egg,
Mm-hmm.
But yes, canned quail egg is revolutionary. Such good protein too.
Yeah.
Speaking of protein, so I messaged you yesterday about this like viral like cottage cheese protein wrap thing, which is essentially just a cup of cottage cheese and 2 eggs blended together and then you put it on parchment paper and you bake it in the oven, and it becomes this like malleable, delicious protein wrap. Since I made that, for some reason, all the internet content I've been getting are all cottage cheese recipes.
Gen Z has discovered cottage cheese for themselves, and they
because like the millennial, our discourse was like cottage cheese is fucking disgusting. This old people food,
right? Cottage cheese and like canned peaches for some reason was like 80s diet culture.
Yes, and then Gen Z have made cottage cheese into like the next cauliflower.
Yeah. I mean, it's super good for you. High protein content, super filling, and like not all that bad. I actually want to try that thing. So, what do you do for this wrap?
Yeah, so it's literally the simplest thing: cup of cottage cheese, and either 2 eggs or half cup of egg white, and just blend it together till it becomes like liquid,
or like a batter.
Yeah, and then put it on parchment paper, lightly oil it if you want, and then just pour it on top and bake it at 350 degrees for 30 minutes.
And then does it turn into like a spongy type?
It literally turns into a flatbread. Oh. It literally feels just like tortilla.
Oh, interesting. Is it more along the lines of like a flour tortilla, or is it like a crepe?
In between.
Okay, interesting.
But it doesn't like crumble apart. I added like salsa into like my wrap, and it didn't fall apart or made it like.
Is it like chewy? Is it spongy? Is it soft?
It literally feels like tortilla.
Okay, that's interesting.
But without like the pasty, like bite from you get from like a flour tortilla that's raw. Yeah.
Huh. So do you cook it afterwards, or is that it? You just like kind of put stuff in there and then...
You just put stuff in there and then wrap it up. I like added like Costco like chicken breast that I like pulled like from a while ago, and then some arugula, shaved carrots, and like oil and vinegar. And it was good. Very filling.
Nice. I want to try that. I told him I was going to try it with like some garden greens and balsamic vinegar.
That'll be good too. Yeah. After this, I'll probably make another one.
I'm always looking for ways to like eat more healthy.
Yes. You can never eat healthy in a way that's delicious.
Yeah. I think that is the thing. Like that's how you maintain it. It's like into a lifestyle. It's like, this is something that I can do for a long time, and it doesn't like drive me crazy, or is like I'm not feeling like I'm missing out on something. Like you don't need to replace food and make food taste like other food. You just need something that you can enjoy.
Yeah.
Enough things that you can enjoy. And luckily for you, you really like vegetables, so it's not that hard.
It's true. You don't like vegetables?
I do. I don't like vegetables as much as you do, but I appreciate vegetables a great deal. Little John has an issue with vegetables.
Really?
Yes. I always have to sneak in veggies for him.
Oh my God, you're like the mom that like purees carrots and puts it in like
that is
bolognese.
Exactly what I did. I had some, this was last week, so my CSA was a lot of carrots and beets, and that was when I made like a carrot and beet curry, and I put that over rice, and it was like really, really good, and it tasted like curry, and it was like a sweet curry, but I think I talked about this last week. But it was like just pretty much a vehicle for me to like sneak vegetables into Little John's food.
Oh my God. Speaking of healthy, I just found these tofu shirataki noodles, which is 20 calories for an entire bag.
I've seen those. I've had those.
I'm gonna try it at some point. How did you like it?
The tofu ones are fine. They're a little softer. They're a little like, spongy, crunchy. They're not like, they're not the best thing that you've ever had. But I think you could use them in the same way that you would use buckwheat noodles. I think you could get away with that. The pure shirataki noodles, you gotta be careful. Yeah. I used to try to eat those all the time, and they would give me like the worst stomach cramps.
Okay.
Yeah. Just like major gurgle belly. It was
Oh my
not a
god,
good
yeah, I
time.
hate that.
Yeah.
I heard like the hack would at least, 'cause, you know, I like have to do like research before like I use like a foreign ingredient. I heard like the trick to making shirataki noodles taste good is like after you take it out of the packaging, you have to soak it in hot water
Yeah.
to get like the liquid taste out,
Uh-huh.
and then you saute it in a pan till all the water evaporates, and then it tastes so much better than like how like the packaging.
I mean, I would just
explains it.
cook it. I would like, I wouldn't obviously eat it straight out of the package. I would cook it a little bit first,
Mhm.
but still, it was just like, it's fine, but it wasn't worth the stomach cramps.
Okay. And then another thing that I tried this week was
I'd rather eat imi noodles, to be quite honest, if I was
what
going to do
noodles?
imi,
You mean
the healthy ramen.
Mm.
I find that to be way more endurable than shirataki noodles.
As far as like a healthy ramen goes, there is a ramen called like kalguksu ramen noodle, which is like
Kalguksu,
ramen, but
yeah.
it's not fried.
Oh, yeah.
And then it has like an anchovy broth.
That's
And
good.
the whole serving, 'cause normally like ramens are like 550 calories and whatnot.
Mhm.
This one is 280 calories a pack. I
That's
believe.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you pair that with some like veggies and like protein, like that could be a
pretty
pretty
good, yeah.
decent meal. Yeah.
The Emmy ones are like 300, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I haven't personally tried these noodles, but I will maybe one day. And then I've also tried these linguine noodles made out of hearts of palm.
Ooh, how was that?
Actually, very, very, very satisfying and filling. Because I just made like a bolognese with like ground turkey, and
You've been cooking a lot.
I always cook a lot.
Okay.
Why?
No, it's just like you cooked a lot this week.
I guess, yeah.
It's a
But I like
healthier
cooking.
thing. I mean, you're on a journey.
No,
And
but I know what you're talking about.
You've already said that you were.
Okay, maybe I am. But anyways, yeah. So this one I found it at Trader Joe's, but it's basically like hearts of palm that's like been shredded into like a linguine like size. So it actually does feel like noodle, and hearts of palm is like just soft, but also like just strong enough to like hold all the sauce.
Yeah.
So if you like the taste of heart of palm, you're gonna love it. If you don't love the taste of heart of palm, you're not gonna like it. I'm personally someone who goes to like Brazilian steakhouse
Just for the hearts of palm, because they get, for some reason, the biggest
the
ones.
best hearts of palm.
Oh my God. It's
Like literally, I feel like I eat more hearts of palm than like actual meat at Brazilian steakhouses. I don't know what it is. Like I want to know like who provides like the hearts of palm to them.
They
But
probably
it almost feels like I'm paying like $60 just to eat hearts of palm.
But it's the same way with like, they also have the best pain de queijo there because
That's true.
they just want you to fill up on hearts of palm and cheese bread. So,
I mean, there's a reason why those things are so good. And now I want some for dinner now.
Oh, I should make pain de queijo sometime.
Pain de queijo is literally the easiest thing.
It's so
that you can
easy.
make. It's one of the first things like I learned how to bake. You just need tapioca flour, which at the time when I first started baking, when I was like in high school in Michigan, tapioca flour is fucking hard to get.
It was. I had to go to when I first moved to Detroit. I had to go to the Mexican grocery store, the supermercado, to go get it specifically. Now you can.
But now
find
you can
it
get
anywhere.
tapioca flour in any grocery store.
Anywhere. It's crazy.
So.
But I still go to the supermercado because it's still cheaper over there.
Oh, for sure. Oh my God. Like this week I needed green onion, and I was already at Trader Joe's, and it was like 4 little like green onion things.
And they're always the saddest ones you've ever
And
seen.
then, yes, they were like so dry, and it was $1.29, right? And then the next day I go to Korean market.
You'll see these lush. It's the
4
ones,
bundles, not 4 green onions, 4 giant bundles for 99 cents. And they were the juiciest, fattest, thickest green onions like that I've ever had.
You could almost like hear the crunch as you like slice down on it. Like, when green onions are like so hydrated.
Yes.
Like they sound crunchy when you slice through them. Oh, it's the best.
And they're
they
still
come
like
out in
thick
like
and
perfect rings.
Yes.
I love.
And then you like cut it at an
moisturized green
angle,
onion.
and then they like look like so beautiful, and they make any dish look really expensive.
And they're like, yes, and they're like firm. I love them.
And they're like so thick to the point where like you could be a leek if you wanted.
Exactly. Yes.
So, anyways, yeah, get your green onions from Asian markets because honestly, American grocery stores they don't cut it. I'm
not
sorry.
Same with ginger. Like ginger at American grocery store, like they're tiny. They've got these like tiny little nubbin fingers on them.
Yes.
And they're such a pain in the ass to peel. And then you go to an Asian grocery store and the ginger is so big that you can literally just cut a cube out of the ginger and not even bother peeling it and be like, there is still like a half pound of ginger in this. And I didn't even bother peeling it.
That reminds me, now that the green onions are so cheap, I should make green onion kimchi, which is like one of my favorite kimchi forms.
Yeah, green onion kimchi is so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I should do that. Sorry, and that was our podcast for the week. I gotta go to the grocery store. See you later.
That's no, you don't. We got 20 minutes left. I've been like literally just saving up all the end clippings of my green onions and sticking them in my garden so that eventually I'm going to have like a giant rotation of green onions and I'll never have to buy any until like fall and winter time.
So, I was doing that during the pandemic, like regrowing your green onions. You don't have to like buy it again.
It's not the same.
Yes, the green onion that regrows grows much weaker.
Yeah.
Like if the previous green onion was at 100%, the green onion that grows on top of that is maybe like a 40%.
And like if you don't change the water every day, it smells gross.
Yes.
And it gets moldy.
Yes.
It's not like I don't do the green onions in the water thing. I'm talking about like regrowing my green onions in literally a garden bed with soil and it's growing like really strong. It's really easy. You literally just stick them into soil and then like they just grow.
And you're like, you a bad bitch.
Yeah.
I believe in you. Have you looked up into perilla seeds?
Yes, I think I got them. Amazon just delivered some.
Oh, nice.
So I've got like a railing on the side porch where I have there's like a trough that goes on top of the railing. I'm gonna grow them on my porch.
Okay. I want you to grow them and
because they look really pretty too. They look like they kind of cascade down.
Yeah.
So I want like giant perilla bushes.
Yes. And then I'm gonna come over and you're gonna have them pickled and ready for me.
How long does it take? How long do pickled perilla leaves keep for?
Oh, a long time.
Yeah? Interesting.
Because each leaf is like marinated.
Oh, so it's kind of like kimchi where you like put the paste on every single layer.
Yes. I mean, you could do multiple at a time, but at least like the way it's done like Korean majima style is individual leaves are, brushed with the paste with love.
Is it a kimchi paste? Like the gochugaru and the flour and the...
There's different recipes. There's like a soy sauce based one and there's like a gochugaru based one. So depending on what you do.
What is your favorite?
Both. They're both really good. And then there's also a kind that's like been marinated in doenjang. And that's also really good.
Oh, for the people that don't know what perilla leaves are, explain them.
So they're like sesame seed leaves. And they're very fragrant and it has so many uses. You can just like chop it up, put it in a salad. Korean people like to like make lettuce wraps, but then put these inside because it adds so much like fragrance and texture. And then we like eat it with like bulgogi or pork belly or galbi. Or we can also like take like bundles of it and then put it in like soups and stews.
Yum.
Yeah, it's such a versatile ingredient and it's easy to grow. Supposedly, I've never grown one myself, but I heard it's easy to grow.
We will try because I've got 2 little troughs that I'm going to put them in. I'm just going to like put some seeds in some soil and see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish you the best.
Thank you.
Can you believe June is almost coming to an end?
I know. I'm not ready yet. It feels like summer just started.
I know.
I've been traveling so much. I haven't been enjoying the Michigan summer, and I hate Michigan summer is like my favorite place to be.
You have to enjoy summer in Michigan while you can because The winter comes so quickly, you know?
The winter, like, well, I mean, it's the summers are sticking around longer and longer every year.
Thanks to global warming.
Yeah.
But let's not spiral.
Yeah, okay. I ordered a new paddleboard, and I was so excited for that to get here. It's going to be a bigger one, and I'm hoping that Boba will come on to the river with me. Probably not. Pitbulls do not like water. Huh?
Can Boba swim?
I don't know. I've actually not put her around large bodies of water because all the dogs except for my first one, which was a black lab, so naturally they love the water no matter what. Always got traumatized every time I taught them how to swim, and it was always when they were younger. And so I didn't throw them in the water or anything. I would literally just go into the beach river thing, and they would freak out when they saw me go swimming there, and then they would never get in the water. So I'm waited for Boba to be an adult first. Maybe then she'll be a little bit more confident, but I hope so. I want to put her in a life jacket and a cute little life jacket and go on the water with her and then pack us a lunch. Really,
well, I hope this happens for you.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that with Butter because Frenchies can't swim.
Well, he would definitely need a life jacket.
Yes. I mean, he would definitely need a lot of things.
And the balloons from Up, just tied on his back.
Yeah, I think it'd just be easier if I just left him at home.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I can float and stuff.
Girl.
Let me save myself first.
Oh, man.
Let's see if we have any listener questions real quick.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Courtney.
Mm-hmm.
Love the podcast. Oh my God, I can't speak. Love the podcast for, I'm going to send this to you.
Okay.
People enjoy your voice more anyway.
What do you mean?
People who say, oh, John Kong's voice is so sweet and easy to listen to.
Oh, whatever.
No one's ever said that about my voice. So you know what? We got to give people what they want.
Okay, here we go. This is from Courtney. Love the podcast, first of all. The way you both talk about food always makes me so hungry. Anyways, I am pescatarian, and I am obsessed with umami flavors. I meal prep my lunches every week, and am struggling to find new things I'm excited to eat, as it mostly ends up being raw veggies with hummus and some fruit. Do you have any suggestions that are easy to meal prep, not super time-consuming, and are healthy? From Courtney.
Damn,
so it ends up being raw veggies with hummus and some fruit. Do you know what that image conjures up?
Almond Mom?
Huh? Not Almond Mom. It's okay. This is gonna sound bad, but in China, people do themed lunches, and they do
white people
lunches.
Yeah.
And it's always just cut vegetables with something to dip it in, and maybe a piece of fruit.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh. And the one comment that stuck out to me is when crafting a white people lunch, it's not enough that it just has to be cut raw, quickly, cold food. There has to be a hint of sadness.
Where's the lie, though?
Oh my God. Okay. So if you're going to, now that we've bashed her lunch, I'm so sorry. Anyways, so if you're a pescatarian and if you want to meal prep something really easily, you can batch bake salmon from Costco. So you can buy a large fillet from Costco, cut it up into 8-ounce portions. If you have a scale, that is helpful. If not, you can eyeball it. Just cut a piece of salmon that you would eat. So down the middle and then crossways into fillets. And then you can set your oven at 325 degrees about, and then just bake it until it's done. And then you can put that in the refrigerator and just batch cook it. You could reheat it in the microwave or put it cold over some rice. It's super, super easy. And then you can just put any kind of dressing you want on top of it, whether it be a lemon vinaigrette or pesto, or even any kind of sauce that you would fish on, a garlic butter or something like that. It's very, very convenient. Cooking a bunch of salmon in the oven and then just putting them away into containers, like it's probably like a couple of hours of your Sunday, but you'll have food for the week and it's healthy.
So I got a few recommendations for you. If you're a pescatarian, aside from just like hummus and things, another easy lunch you can pack is maybe some crackers and like a canned smoked mussel.
Yes.
And you can just like pop that bitch open and then put it on top of crackers and drizzle some like hot sauce or lemon juice, whatever you want on there.
That's a great idea.
It's just like a simple and easy way to get protein. If you want a meal prep, I actually have a Korean recipe for you. Ooh. It's actually like a popular Korean diet recipe that lasts throughout the week. It's called fish samjang. So you either take like a can of tuna or like canned sardine, like whatever you prefer, and you finally chop onion, green onion, and chili of your choice, serrano, jalapeno. If you don't like spice pepper, you can like nix it, and then you sauteed like the onions and green onions in olive oil. And then you mix in a tablespoonful of doenjang, gochujang, gochugaru, garlic, and then add in a cup of water and you boil it. And then you add in like the canned tuna or sardine. You just like mix it all up together. And then you can put that on top of rice and add some like steamed cabbage or microwave cabbage on the side. And it's like full of protein and flavorful and delicious.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. I stand by it. But honestly, like canned fish in America is like so underrated.
It really is. And there's always so many good options. Like you get a lot of these canneries in like Alaska that have like really, really amazing canned fish. And it's like canned in different ways. Some of them are like canned in like a brine. Some of them are in like a seasoned soy sauce. There was one that I had that was like salmon that was canned in birch syrup. And it was delicious. I put it, even though it was like a smoky, sweet-ish and umami salmon, I put it inside a chawanmushi. I put it inside like an egg custard and it was like delicious.
And if you're not like familiar with the canned fish, but you want to like get into like the beautiful and the intricate world of canned fish, Island Creek Oysters have some really good like canned seafood.
They also have really good fresh seafood too, and they deliver.
Yes,
they sent me cockles before, and those were scrumptious.
Oh yes, they sent me oysters before, and it was delicious. But I really like their canned octopus, the canned mussels. Scallops are also really good. So yeah, try them. Honestly, you can like just eat it straight out of the can, or you could like put it on toast. There's so many things you can do with canned fish.
Oh, if you get like a baguette with some like a toasted baguette with some pickles.
Yes. And honestly, if you're worried about the smell,
such a classy lunch too.
It is, right?
Yeah.
And you can also just make like a tuna salad and bring some bread on the side, and then or crackers, and eat that as lunch too. You know, and honestly, canned fish nowadays aren't as stinky as people like make it out to be.
Yeah, no, you're not like. I think canned fish is less stinky than like reheating fish.
Yes,
for sure.
But I think people are just like afraid because they haven't had it before. But once you get into the world of canned fish, you'll never be able to come back out. I love canned fish. Maybe I'll have that for lunch. I don't know. I have a lot of options. All right. Another question. Can you discuss how to use a wok? Because I'm just not that skilled.
Oh, was that the question?
Yes, this is a question for Jon.
Okay.
And I'm saying it's not because you're Chinese, but because I know you use a wok regularly in your cooking.
Yeah, and I literally like wrote a book.
Yes.
That requires the use of one.
So walk it out.
So thanks. Assuming that you're going to get a flat bottom wok because you have a regular stove, some of the things that you should be doing beforehand is making sure that you pre-season your wok. The thing that gets people mostly in trouble when they use a wok is not that there's not enough oil or anything. It's that it's not dry. So get your wok super, super hot and then rub a thin layer of high smoke point oil on top of it. And once you get like wisps of white smoke, then you can add in like your veggies or your meats and stuff like that. And pay attention to what order you put things in. If I'm going to cook like a sliced beef or something like that, I like to put that in first and then remove it and then cook the rest of the stuff and then add the beef stuff at the end after like rice, if I was making like a beef fried rice or something like that. And then also like it's a very quick process. Have everything chopped, have everything diced, have everything ready just to be put into the wok right then and there, because you don't actually spend a lot of time cooking. You spend a lot of time preparing for it. Those are my suggestions for like, using a wok. And always make sure that you're using the adequate amount of heat. People like to think that, oh, it's a wok, I need to have it at high heat all the time. You don't. If you're cooking an egg, that is a lot more delicate unless you were doing like a harsh fry. But you can use lower heat to do it. And in cases like that, I would recommend your heat source either be induction or gas because it's just easier to control right away. If you're using like an electric radiant burner, like the ones that light up red and it's hot like that, those tend to be very difficult to use, or like a coil stove. Those are all very difficult to use when using a wok. So induction or gas, and preferably induction.
Yeah, I wish I had induction.
Yeah.
One of these days. All right, so the next one is not really like a question, but it's more like a statement.
Okay.
Hello, you ask what things were Wagyu of food other than champagne or scotch. There hasn't been any brands that have taken off, but I feel like ingredients like foie gras or truffle oil, Himalayan salt have used as a shortcut to charge more money.
Truffle oil is such a good one.
Yes.
Truffle oil is a perfect analogy.
Yes.
Like, I think I personally really like foie gras, but I also agree that it's used just to like make cheap food more expensive to people who don't know the difference. Mm-hmm. But truffle oil is like the one.
The one.
Because it's cheap. It's cheap. It's not even something that like, it's not, most of the times it's not, like if you're using real truffles, oil infused truffles with like the truffle still in it, then yes, obviously that's like a good quality thing. But most truffle oil is just synthetic. And it just kind of has that funkiness, and that's what you find in your popcorn, your French fries, and like stuff like that.
And honestly, I don't find truffles and things to be satisfying.
Yeah, no, I agree. I would take duck fat fries over truffle fries any day, or even tallow fries.
See, the only time I feel like where the truffle flavor works is if it's in like a creamy aioli form. Because while it's creamy, then you still get the truffle flavor that's almost like overwhelming.
Yes.
And that's the only time where I feel like truffle flavored something is worthwhile. Maybe not the price tag, but...
No. I also like butter with like the pieces of truffle inside it.
Yeah, those are good too. That, you know what that reminds me of? Earlier this week, I sent you like a review. So if there's like a new restaurant in town, I just like to read the reviews for fun. And this review was like so accurate and so funny that I had to send it to John. I'll resend it to you so you can read it in your beautiful voice. I was like laughing so hard at this review because, anyways.
This is so long.
Censor at the restaurant name.
Okay. Damn, let me start by saying that I love blank. Been going to the other locations for years. Sandwiches are always great, and I was excited for the Larchmont location to open. So I ordered the pancakes, which were good, but my partner gets the, quote, fried egg with Sicilian oregano and crushed red pepper, arugula, and Balic Farm tomato confit. Now, that's a lot of words for what is essentially a single fried egg on 5 leaves of arugula and 4 cherry tomatoes. Like, I literally laughed at this $15, quote, breakfast, end quote. Came out on what is essentially a side order plate. It's not even like a well-constructed or interesting dish. An egg on arugula with a couple of hot tomatoes. That ain't no confit, darling. it didn't come with bread or bacon. And if you wanted to add a side of bacon, well, that's going to be an additional $16. No, seriously, $16. It honestly felt insulting. And I'm kind of embarrassed for the servers who had to put that dish in front of people knowing that it is a laughable ripoff. And it literally is like, there's more to it, but the photo of it literally is exactly as they described it. It was one fried egg on like a couple of leaves of arugula.
And some like squash-looking tomatoes hanging around the plate.
Oh my God. That ain't no confit, darling.
I know. It's like, listing ingredient and where it's from, sure, like kind of gives you a back idea to where the ingredients from, but it doesn't necessarily make it fancier.
Right.
Like yesterday, one of my friends sent me this new ice cream place like that opened up.
Mm-hmm.
And the article was like, this Japanese ice cream place imports real milk from Japan. And my response to that was, technically, if you go to a Japanese grocery store, most things in there are imported from Japan.
Right.
You know, so I get wanting to know like where your ingredient comes from, but
trying to make it sound fancier just by like stating a place of origin when like most of it comes from there anyway, like it's a little bit scammy. Especially like when you get is like literally a fried egg side dish.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise it can be like farm raised eggs.
Yeah.
With like homegrown arugula and gochugaru straight from Korea. But if it's from America, we'll say like the Smith family farm. And meanwhile, it's like this like giant corporate production, you know?
Right. Yeah, they're always like people are trying to sell a narrative over like actually good food is definitely one of my pet peeves.
Yeah, honestly, just like make a good dish.
Yeah.
Forget the rest.
People ask. Yeah.
And if people are like, oh my God, this dish is so good, where's this egg from? Then you tell them, you know?
Yeah.
But if you have to like sell like egg on hot arugula, I just imagine like girls with like long brown hair and like flowy dresses, just like handpicking these arugula, smelling them.
I kind of want to go there and order this egg. Yeah, and order this egg and then post it. How far is it from you?
Like a 10-minute drive or a 30-minute walk.
The fact that they gave you something on a plate that looks like something that you would order and like some half-assed thing put together that you get off of Grubhub is pretty intense.
I've been scammed by Grubhub.
Oh my God.
Not necessarily like the app, but like a lot of the restaurants.
Yes.
Apparently, like a lot of the pictures that they use for like the dishes,
like stock photos
or AI generated now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then like the actual dish you get is completely different from like the dish that you ordered. But if the restaurant actually has like an actual dish and like pictures of like them, you know, then I'm like less reluctant to order from them. Mm-hmm. But also, honestly, I haven't been getting food delivered in a while.
Well, you've been on your journey.
A journey too, but then also, and obviously, like, I mean, currently, like, I'm not like struggling for money or anything. But when you like add up all the fees, so first of all,
it is expensive.
Even just order one dish. So, like, let's say if I want to order a dish that costs $15,
it's
somewhere
like $35 if you order it.
Yeah, it's like the $15 dish. Like they first like blow up the price, so it's $20 on the app, and then they added like a delivery fee, service fee, and then plus a tip.
Yeah.
So it adds like another $15 to like the whole thing. Yeah, so you're right, $30.
You pay double for what you could just get carry out, and the restaurant makes more money if you do get carry out.
Exactly.
So
I feel like I don't know. This has to stop at some point, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Never discount on how lazy people can be.
That's true.
And also it is a service to people who can't do it. But fact of the matter is, like, you spend so much more money, like, getting things delivered than just carrying out.
Yeah. Anyways, that was my rant for the day.
Well done.
Are you doing anything fun this week?
No, I want to make some more, like, it's nice to be home. Where was I? I was on upstate New York last week, and I'm just like happy to be home for a little while. So I'm just going to enjoy it. Enjoy this weather. Enjoy this summer.
Stay moisturized, hydrated, which I know you will.
Always.
And thank you for listening to our podcast for the week.
And we will see you next week.
And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them away at One for the Table on Instagram. That is number 1. And then for the table.